If you're sending text messages from a U.S. phone number, you must complete an A2P 10DLC registration. A2P 10DLC combines application-to-person messaging with 10-digit long code phone numbers for effective communication, and compliance is now mandated by U.S. phone carriers to protect consumers, prevent message blocking, and ensure unhindered messaging. We've made it a virtual one-stop shop to complete your brand and campaign registrations. To begin your A2P registration, navigate to the sub-account you need to register for, click on Settings, click on Phone Numbers, select the Trust Center tab at the top, and in the A2P brand and campaign registration tile, click on the Start Registration button. There are several steps to get you from beginning to end with your registration. First, select the type of registration you're applying for. There are two options to choose from. The first option is for businesses that have a tax ID and will be registering as a standard brand up to 600,000 segments per day, or as a low volume standard brand up to 6,000 segments per day. The second option is for registering a business that does not have a tax ID, but does have a US or a Canada address. This would be used to register as a sole proprietor. The United States IRS defines a sole proprietor as someone who owns an unincorporated business by himself or herself. If your business does not have a tax ID and you do not have a US or Canada business address, then your only option at this time is to use toll-free numbers. Toll-frees give you the option to send messages with relatively fewer restrictions, but while the toll-free number is generic and is not as restricted now, it may become more regulated in the future. Next is information about registration costs. This is important information anyway, but especially for businesses that have a tax ID. You must choose which type of brand registration you're doing by selecting the appropriate one-time fee. $48.51 USD for businesses registering as a standard brand, and $4.41 USD if you're registering as a low-volume brand. Simply click on your choice and click on Next to continue. Here you'll see the campaign registration fee of $16.54 USD one time, but please note that there is a monthly charge of up to $12 USD in accordance with TCR rules. For businesses registering as a sole proprietorship, the one-time brand registration fee is $4.41 USD and $16.54 USD for the campaign registration. It's important to note that there is a monthly charge of up to $2.50 USD in accordance with TCR rules, and sole proprietor campaigns are capped at 3,000 segments per day. Following the registration cost information is your brand registration. Depending on which type of registration you're doing, some of the data that you enter may be slightly different. For example, in a standard and low volume brand registration, you must enter a business registration ID type, number, region of operation, among other details. Whereas in a sole proprietor brand registration, you don't. It's much more basic with information like your business name, which could be your name, address, etc. For businesses registering as a standard or low volume brand, it's crucial that the data you provide exactly matches your CP 575 form from the IRS. The CP 575 is the confirmation notice you received from the IRS when you obtained your employer identification number, or EIN. For businesses outside the US, the information you provide should match the information on file with your country's taxing authority. Ensuring all of this data is consistent will help streamline the approval process. Remember, the more complete and accurate your business profile is, the higher the chances of approval. Lastly are the campaign registration pieces. A campaign is a specific use case or purpose for which you're sending messages. You might have different campaigns for marketing, notifications, or customer service. There are a variety of best practices that you should adhere to in order to secure approval for your campaigns. While it's not possible to cover all of them in this video, a help document linked in the description offers a comprehensive list. Now let's go ahead and fill in the fields for our campaign registration. This is just sample information I'm using from one of our A2P help docs, and you'll need to fill in these fields specifically for your business, but be sure to follow those best practices. Once you've completed your campaign registration, click the Submit button. And after your brand is approved, the campaign will be automatically submitted for review. This is the stage where carriers like AT&T, T-Mobile, and others review your information. Once approved, you can start sending messages. For sole proprietor registrations, keep an eye out for an SMS from TCR, Trust Center Registration, requesting your approval. Reply yes to give the green light for your brand to start messaging. We have a number of resources available listed in the description that have detailed information about what's presented in this video. A2P 10DLC is the new standard for business communication. Register today.